Anti-Society, welcome back to the Anti-Social Planet, and today it is Yuhyun's birthday, so we have to do some special videos, and I asked you guys on my community tab what kind of stuff you wanted to see for her birthday, and I got a ton of covers that people wanted me to check out, along with some other just fun compilation videos, and one of the songs that came up a lot was her cover of A Secret Love Song, so that is what we were going to start with. I don't know this song. I feel like that is going to be a recurring theme with the covers. I don't know this song. I did look it up to see who the original artist was, and it's Little Mix, which is a group that of course I've heard of, but I don't follow them. I don't know a lot of their music or anything like that, so I am going to be going into this unfamiliar with the song itself, but I'm sure we'll enjoy it anyway. That being said, I'm not going to do the lyric video first and then go into the special clip like I normally would. I felt like when I did it for Angel to Me, the Angel to Me cover, it was just a little bit too much because I'm not trying to like analyze the production and the vocal melody choices and that kind of a thing as much, because I'm assuming that those are original decisions by the artist who put together the song and their team. So I don't feel like I need to deep dive into that quite as much as with their original songs since it's a cover. So I'm just going to be checking out the special clip with the captions on. This song is in English, so it won't be as important for me to have those captions on, but I still want them there because it's a lot easier for everybody to follow it. And since it's a special clip, I know that there's not going to be as much going on with the visuals, so I feel like I can do the special clip and be okay. And if I'm not, then we'll go back to the old format, but we're going to switch things up a little bit for this one. But I'm super excited. I love Yuhyun's voice. I have checked out her This Is videos and her solo 4, which did a number on me, to say the least. New favorite song. Like, absolutely love that song. If you need a little preview of what that experience was like for me, those videos are going to be up on the channel later, but I wanted to put some stuff out for her birthday, of course. If you guys ever want to check out like videos that are going to be coming up on the channel, that stuff's all over on Patreon, so feel free to like go and check that out if you want to. Patreon's always ahead with stuff. There's also some stuff over there that's like Patreon exclusive, like live performances and that kind of a thing. So if you feel so inclined, but this isn't about that. This is about Yuhyun. Okay, we're here to celebrate her birthday and to enjoy her beautiful voice. So let's get into this cover. I'm so beyond excited. Okay, I'm liking the kind of retro feel that we already have of the like old recording. Okay, let's do this. Oh, we have some nice piano. I got too excited and I paused. Okay, 2017? It's from a while ago. Why does she seem a little nervous?
When you hold me in the street and you kiss me on the dance floor.
Okay. Look, I love her voice in general. One of the things that I talked about while listening to 4 was that in the pre-chorus, she does this thing where she just digs into the darker part of her voice, and I love it. The pre-chorus is my favorite part of that song, and she's just gonna open up the song with that kind of vibe.
When you hold me in the street and you kiss me on the dance floor.
Her vibrato too.
I wish that it could be like that. Why can't it be like that?
I wasn't expecting her to go up like that. Like I was saying, starting this the deeper kind of darker sound to her voice, very like rich, has some R&B feeling to it, and then to just switch up into that kind of mixed range, light, beautifully done.
I wish that it could be like that. Why can't it be like that? 'Cause I'm yours.
Oh, that vocal run though. I already have chills. She does this to me all the time. We're like, I just get chills all over my body, and it's beautiful. I love that she went into this beautiful, light, balanced place of her voice, and then she just does these beautiful vocal runs in general. I've noticed it before, like where she just has this wonderful agility with her voice, and I feel like a song like this that is very stripped back from like a production side of things, and there's not a lot going on with the video itself, that you could just really focus in on what she's doing with her voice, which I love.
That it could be like that. Why can't it be like that? 'Cause I'm yours. We keep it behind closed door. Every time I see you, I die a little more. Stole this moment that we still as the curtains falls. It'll never be enough.
Okay, so like I was saying, or where I was saying she had this beautiful agility with her voice where she has like this lightness where she can just kind of flow around with her voice. I've described it before as playful. So when my 4 reaction comes out, that's one of the things that I say a lot about her vocals is there's this playfulness to it and that it feels like she could just do whatever she wants with her voice. But then there were certain parts in that verse where she was kind of tightening up a little bit and it added this emotion to it. You know when you're trying to like hold back emotion and you get choked up? That's what it felt like, where she was deliberately making it feel like her voice was tighter than it needed to be, because it was that feeling of getting choked up or like almost not wanting to say the things that she's saying because they're unpleasant, right? Like she doesn't want this to be the reality of the situation, and so she's tightening up her voice like she's trying to hold that back. Just wonderful storytelling elements to it. Like that where she said curtain and she tightened. And then nice and loose with enough.
Every piece of you, it just fits perfectly. Every second, every thought, I'm in so deep, but I never show it on my face. But we know this, we got a love that is hopeless. What can you hold me in the street?
No, I wasn't ready for it to fully open up. I got a little bit sucked in to the song of her singing. One thing that I actually like in this case is that you can, and this might sound a little bit weird, you can really hear her breathe in. And I feel like sometimes when I'm listening to songs, when I can really tell when someone is breathing, it bothers me a little bit because it's one of those things where like you can't unhear it once you can, and it gets like, I don't know, like your brain like gets stuck on listening for it. But I think in this case, having it being very emphasized in that specific part is great for the storytelling because it's that emotion, right? It's like that getting choked up. You know, sometimes when you're so emotional, you start breathing a lot heavier because you're just worked up, right? Like you're worked up, you're overwhelmed, you're feeling too many things, and because of that your breathing gets like unsteady. So I feel like it kind of fits with that, but I also just kind of got sucked into what was happening. So we're gonna go back and like properly get into this chorus.
Can you hold me in the street? Why can't I kiss you on the dance floor? How is that it could be like that? Why can't we be like that? 'Cause I'm yours.
Not to interrupt, but like before she had this wonderful lightness to her voice like I was saying before, and then she just really dug into that mix and like you had this wonderful compression to her voice. I almost feel a little bit emotional, like I feel like the tears are just like sitting there, you know. Which I feel like, given the story she's trying to tell the song, is a good sign. She's making me feel things, and gosh, and like her facial expressions too are really good in this, of her just really conveying the emotion and the story that she's telling. Her voice is too much for me sometimes.
What can you hold me in the street? Why can't I kiss you on the dance floor? How is that it could be like that? Why can't we be like that? 'Cause I'm yours.
Beautiful sustained note too, like long low note there. I love there were 2 points in that where she like switched from that mix into her head voice and just really lightened up her voice, thinned it out, and it just sounded gorgeous. Like the way that she switched between those two without there being like a noticeable break or anything, beautifully done. Yeah, I love the agility that she's showing in her voice. I love that she's leading into the storytelling where she's getting those moments again where she's kind of tightening up and letting go and lightening up. I feel like that's part of why it sticks out to me that she's switching from that like mixed voice to the head voice, is that she's doing it very deliberately, and it's going from that feeling of like intense emotion that she's expressing in the song to that desperation, right? Like that needing that vulnerability, right? It's like trying everything that you possibly can to rescue this situation.
I don't wanna live love this way. I don't wanna hide us away. I wonder if it ever will change. I'm living for that
Like the little grit that she put in there too.
someday. Hold you in the street. Why can't I kiss you on the dance floor? I wish that it could be like that. Why can't we be like that? 'Cause I'm yours, I'm yours.
Ugh, beautiful. I was noticing there where she was, before we had her lightening up a lot, she was flipping into that head voice, lightening when she was saying be like that, and it had that vulnerability to it. And this one is a lot stronger. There's this punch to it, and it's almost like this is like the last attempt, right? It's like, I need this to be different. I need this situation to be a different situation, and we can't just keep going this way that we're going. That's like what the song's expressing, and I love that she's getting that closure. Again, it might be in the original arrangement of the song, like the way that the vocals are done, but I love that she's able to replicate that. She's able to do both of those sides of like being able to keep that closure in this moment, and then also in the earlier times when we saw her flipping between the more closure, and then having that lighter head voice sound.
In the street, why can't I kiss you on the dance floor? I wish that it could be like that. Why can't we be like that? 'Cause I'm yours.
Also this.
I'm yours. Oh, why can't you hold me in the street? Why can't I kiss you on the dance floor? I wish that it could be like that. Why can't it be like that? 'Cause I'm yours.
Oh, I was really hoping that she would just really belt that part out, because before she kind of lightened it up, and I'm like, just go for it this time, please.
Can you hold me in the street? Why can't I kiss you on the dance floor? I wish that it could be like that. Why can't it be like that? 'Cause I'm yours. What can I say that I'm in love? I wanna shout it from the rooftop. I wish that it could be like that. Why can't it be like that? 'Cause I'm yours.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, I'm just noticing one thing while listening to her sing this, is that she makes me want to sing. Do you have that? I don't know. It doesn't happen every time that I hear a song. It doesn't happen every time I hear a voice that I love. But there are certain people who, when I hear them sing, there's just something about the way that they sing and the way that they perform that makes me want to join in. And I just was kind of overwhelmed with that. I'm like, gosh, I don't know this song, and you're not here to hear me sing. We're here to hear Yuhyun sing. And it was just like this moment of like really needing to put in some effort to like not join in, but also just some beautiful belting notes in this. This is a great way to just kind of showcase that part of her voice. I've seen lots of other parts of her voice that she's been able to kind of convey in different parts of songs. Obviously, I haven't done a ton of her solo moments of like covers and solo songs and stuff like that, but just beautifully done. I feel like I can't say that enough.
It could be like that. Why can't it be like that? 'Cause I'm yours. Why can't we be like that? Wish we could be like that.
I just want to hug her. Ugh, that was beautiful. I love how she really lightened up her voice at the end there. Like I was saying, I feel like her voice really showed off the belting part of her voice and the strength that she could have in it, the emotion of it, with those little moments where she was lightening up, going into her head voice that showed this vulnerability, this desperation, and at the end it was this almost broken sounding voice to it that it just really pulls you into that moment of, you know, this is like her last effort, you know, of making things right. Just beautiful. I feel like I could listen to her sing for hours, which probably at a certain point, once I've heard enough of Dreamcatcher's music and covers and things, that will be something that I can accomplish. But until then, I will just have to re-listen to songs. This is a beautiful cover. It makes me want to check out the original because the song sounded beautiful with her voice, and then getting to see what the original arrangement was and the voices in that as well. I would love to hear it. I feel like that's a good place to kind of begin with Yihyun's birthday and going through some of her stuff. I hope you enjoyed watching that along with me. You can click this place to go see my previous reactions, or you can subscribe so you don't miss the next Dreamcatcher reaction and the other videos that are going to be coming out today to celebrate Yihyun's birthday. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!